this too much.
Hi, and thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel. Today's makeup look is going to be this easy eye look along with a bold lip. So keep watching.
Like me, it drifts away. I would watch you stare. I would watch you stare.
I am definitely loving this buttermilk shade. It is a much better match for when my skin is not tan. And the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation is a great full coverage foundation. It has the concealer in it if you don't want to use a separate concealer. I have normal to dry skin currently, and this foundation is working well for that skin type. And I'm just using a Q-tip to remove any excess foundation on my brows. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer and Brow Wiz in the color Ebony.
A time when we never let go, never let go. Ooh, we never let go.
I'm applying Smashbox's 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer on my eyelids.
Put your feet down.
I'm using Urban Decay's Naked 2 Basics palette, and I'm starting by applying Stark all over. Next, I'm using a Lab Just Blending In brush and the color Frisk to apply that color all over the crease and transition area. And this is a pretty almost mauve-y purple brown. That is a really pretty shadow color, even all by itself. I'm going in with a Sigma Shader E47 brush and the color Undone in the outer V. And I'm going to pack on a little bit more of the Stark right on the eyelid in the inner half here. I'm using more of the Stark color underneath the eye and focusing that on the inner half. I'm applying the color Frisk underneath the eye also.
Like me, it drifts away. I would watch you stare.
I'm using the color Undone under the eye and focusing that on the outer half. I did get some fallout here, so just go ahead and dust that off. And you can go back with your beauty blender. And I'm using Rimmel's Scandalize Nude Liner in the waterline. I'm applying Clinique's High Impact Extreme Volume Mascara on the top and bottom lashes. I'm using Huda Beauty's Farrah lashes, and I did remember to trim them this time. And this was a super easy basic eye look, but the lashes really take it to the next level. My friend Angelina got me this bronzer palette from L'Oreal to try out. So the palette has 2 matte bronzers and it has 2 shimmer bronzers. Too much fun. And if the set is still available, I will link it below. It also comes with a bronzing brush too. I'm going to start with Tan Antonio, which is a matte bronzer. And I'm applying this on my cheeks. I'm also going to apply it on the sides of my face at the temple. Apply it on the forehead at the top, closer to the hairline. I'm going to apply a little bit on the nose, more on the sides. And I'm also applying it under my jawline. And a tiny bit on my chin. And now I'm going to use the darker matte bronzer Tan Diego, focusing that more on the bottom of my cheekbones to use this as a contour.
Break my heart.
So you break my thought.
These sticks and stones will break.
They will break, they will break, they will break. Oh, oh.
Also using that on the sides of the face. And a little bit on the forehead. A little bit on the jawline. And I got a little bit more down here than I wanted. So I'm just gonna blend that in with the Beauty Blender.
What's there left?
So you can definitely get a nice and bronzy look, and you can also use those bronzers as contour. One of the things I do not like about bronzers is if they do not have enough color, but these actually have a nice color payoff and you can get a good tan look. I have been using this blush from Pacifica a lot. It is Wild Rose, and I got it in my Ipsy bag, and it is just a super easy blush to wear with something that we're kind of doing a neutral eye. This is a very just kind of neutral blush. The packaging, however, is not great. It's just, yeah, it doesn't stay together very well. Let's go in with some Hourglass Radiant Light. And I'm applying this at the top of my cheeks. This is a much more natural, it's not really a highlighter, it's more like an illuminator. It's a very natural glow. Going to apply a little bit of this on my forehead, on my nose, and for lips I'm going to be using some fun new products that Influenster sent me to test. For my lip look, I used Burberry's Bright Plum Lip Definer to align my lips and fill them in. Next, I used Burberry's Bright Plum Liquid Lip Velvet and applied that all over my lips. It is super creamy and luxurious and feels very moisturizing. I used Burberry's Fawn Liquid Lip Velvet in the center of the lips to make a more ombre effect. And finally, I finished up with Burberry's Nude Radiance, which is a highlighting luminous pen that I used on my Cupid's bow. So here is our final makeup look. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't, and have a beautiful week. Be the one who always makes you smile.
Girl, ain't been away when they get in trouble. Many chicks wanna put you in a physical.